Hit that recording button. Play the Coffers list again. Yeah, YouTube might get sick of this. Who cares? Collecting treasure chests where we can. We need to refuel the bank. Support the stream in 2023. You know, we're looking ahead. This Coffers list does Maze Mind Tomes, Despairs, and Discard. That is its key pivot strategy out of the thoughts, or out of the Fatal Pushes, Marches, and Murderous Riders. Murderous Riders is probably one of the MVP cards of this game, though, because it hits creatures and planeswalkers and does the things. All right, opponent's 1-1. We have been getting the die roll a lot, too. Ooh, this is a bad hand. 4-drop, 5-drop, 4-drop, 6-drop, 1 land. Let's go a little bit. Come on, a little better. I'm gonna play here with a 1-lander again. Oh, this can't be good. Mulligan. If they mulligan to 5, I'll mulligan again. If they keep 6, I'll be tempted. I really shouldn't keep this hand. Like 2 lands and a Maze Mind Tome's probably better than this hand. It's rough. Oh, they kept 6. I'm gonna go 1 more. Well, I did say certain cards would be important. I think the Maze Mind Tome gets me more out of this than the Expedition map. I could also just ignore the Thoughtseize. Play Expedition map, plays Maze Mind Tome. Did I put glue on the Ugin? It was in the hand a lot, wasn't it? I don't know what my opponent's playing. It's not removal. Early Ragavan could be a problem. Ren 6 would be annoying, but they're not that. Murktide is potential here. I'm going to get rid of the Expedition map here and Thoughtseize my opponent because they didn't show Companion. And being able to take a initial creature gives me time to work on the Maze Mind Tome. What's up, Zale? How's it going? Oh. Well, shoot. It's going to be weird. I kind of want to take a Patchwork. But then Hardened Scales gets weird. But if the Hardened Scales, then the Boseiju comes out to play, and the Maze Mind Tome is free, which is probably very important in this matchup. I have a decent amount of spot removal. This is a Ward 2. Maybe the Welding Jar is what I take. No, that can't be right. Yeah, I kind of want them to play the Boseiju. I'm going to take a Patchwork Automaton and see what the heck happens here. This is kind of like really awkward, but I'm going to give them the Hardened Scales. We can work towards an Invoke, and if the Patchwork Automaton is all they have, then we're looking okay. Not great, but okay. It's going to be, what, a 4-4 initially here? Well, there's the Invoke Despair. All right. Scrying at the end step for them. There's the Academy. There's the Patchwork. And then it's going to be a 4-4 initially. Problem is if they play another creature here, then the Invoke is no good. Well, I'll take the Urborg. We want lands. Urborg played. A Damnation, I guess, would be really good. Like land and Damnation here. We're gonna draw from here on out with the Maze Mind Tome. Gotta hit the lands, but also hit the good spells, right? Ward 2. Ward 2 is not that scary. Fatal Push plus 2 mana, and then follow it up with another one after the Welding Jar. Oh no, Damnation or bust now. It's a 5-5. My gosh. Help. I could regen it to get it out of combat too. A fatal push isn't the worst. Maze Mind Tome may not be fast enough to give us one more turn. I'm going to be using it as much as possible, though. Draw lane. We do hit a land. So set a stop on my turn for a scry first. Fatal push. We can put that on top. Simulating a little bit of a draw there. Remember, we're trying to live. All right, so we're going to get this welding jar probably out of here. Walking Ballista. Hanger back. All right. Wonder if I just take a natural draw with the Maze Mind Tome. Man, that risks so much. It's not worth it. We got to scry with it. We have to find the damnation. Obviously, I'm playing for the ward. So yeah, we'll scry. Damnation or bust, it looks like. Here we go. I do gain a little bit, but this is a 7/7, this is 3. Here we go. Scry. That's not it. Bottom. All right, a little too quick out of the gate for us with the hardened scales. This shouldn't be too bad of a matchup, though. Feed the Swarm in for the Thought Seizes. Necromentia in for the other Thought Seize. You could entertain the Inquisition because we're on the play. This is probably a little bit better than maybe the Relics. So I'll probably do that just to go after them a little bit. It's probably better, though, to have like Necromentias for the most part. But I like this. Add a little bit of removal. Get rid of kind of the things that aren't working for us. I like the one of Necromentia. I feel like my sideboard strategy, I would take the other Necromentia and get it out of the sideboard, but then I would run into combo and be very, very big sad. Do I keep with a Singleton Blast Zone? You bet I do. Let's throw this league away. I like a good throw the league away. It's always a blessing and a curse. All right, Thin, Urborg, Coffers, Blast Zone, probably, assuming that I don't need to field an Ink Moth. 7 lands as a keep against an aggressive list. I'm feeling good. Feeling spicy. Feeling spicy. Hey, sometimes when you draw nothing but 1 landers, 7 lands looks like an absolute gift. I mean, look at this garbage that my opponent played. Look at that garbage. It's garbage. Doesn't do anything. Springleaf Welding Jar. Ah! Ah! Blast Zone might be next if they play an Automaton to put it on 2. There's an Ink Moth. Okay, field is interesting now. What's up, Russ? I kept 7 lands. You'll be proud of me. Hangerback's a little bit awkward. It creates new little creatures. Ancient Stirrings. What do you find? This opponent's hand's been slow. Saga. All right, well, that's the Field of Ruins gonna hit. I'm probably gonna hide the Field of Ruin. Thinking. Probably Coffers is the best play here. Blast Zone being put out might make my opponent hesitate. I feel like I have to hold the March, but I also feel like I should try to throw the March at the Hangerback Walker, but then they're going to just regen. Yeah, well, I don't have Mystifying Maze. We already talked about that, Russ. I don't like that card. And I wouldn't say it makes this look funny. I mean, my opponent was attacking with 3 creatures last turn. I need to find Karn. So if we're going to play towards Karn, Cabal Coffers might be my best play with a Expedition map and plan to crack this for another Coffers just to make it so that when that turn does happen, we have the most mana for us. I mean, we can leave Hangerback Walker alone until it's necessary to interact with that card. I could also pick up a second Field of Ruin here, since I know it has Saga plus Inkmoth Nexus. I don't know if that's important or not. Blast Zone on 1 is looking kind of tasty. Blast Zone on 0 looks good too. I think it's Coffers here. Oh, they're doing something. Oh, okay, they're putting stuff on the Hangerback Walker. I mean, it could be Coffers with the intention here. I can't get well, I could get a Blast Zone on 0 if I could remove the counter, or if Blood Moon was out and then I killed the Blood Moon. I'm gonna go Coffers here. That way I have the big play if we get there. Top deck Karn. Okay. Cool. How much do I hate Saga here? Do I hate it enough? I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to play Karn. I have 6 mana to my name here. I don't think I go down. But I could use the March to kill something, or I wait. No, if I Karn... I mean, I guess I could Karn Explosives, and then they have 2 creatures, they boot up Inkmoth, and I lose it. Why would I... I don't want to do that, because then they get this stuff over on Ozolith. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the play. Or even not even marching the Ballista. It's definitely Karn plus something here. Like, I'm going to plus, but I think this March... What if I march the Ozolith? March the Ozolith, and then I could maybe, like, 0. Yeah, Jar's disabled. That's why I'm like, marching the Ozolith's kind of interesting. And my opponent can attack me for 4 if they boot up the Ink Moth or they waste the turn making the Saga. They attack me for then 3. And then I can down tick because I go from 6 to 3 down. Then I would lose to the Ink Moth, but I have the field for the Ink Moth. I actually kind of like getting rid of this Ozlith in a weird way. Let's try. I think this is actually the most correct thing, because if they were to remove counters at any point and make something bigger, like Ink Moth or something like that, it would be a little bit worrisome. And I think they're going to burn the turn making an Urza Saga here. I'm probably going to have to field the Saga so that they don't get like a Pithing Needle for Karn. I could tick down for Ballista. I can tick down for whatever I want. I mean, Walking Ballista of my own would be pretty nasty. I need to get rid of the Saga on their side, but let's take one thing at a time here. I think we played that correctly. So this is going to just be 4. So they lose using the Saga here. This puts Karn at 2. Okay, let's just take whatever's off the top, you know? We played our line. There's a 1-drop. Got modular. Draw. It's not a land. Something else. Yeah, I like that land. Field this. This would die. How far does Ballista get me? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'd have 5 here. Use this and this. 5, down to 3, up to 8, 9, 8. So it's a 4/4. Ping, 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 ping. I could get all of these, and then they have 2 afterwards. I say that they could regen the Hangerback Walker. It's a very good possibility I lose this, but I don't know what the play is here. I'm worried about a big Saga here. If I go up with a Karn, it's not going to work very well. So I feel like I have to get something from my sideboard. Question is what? I'm kind of thinking about playing that Worm Coil. Go get Worm Coil, play it. Get rid of the Saga. Just see what they have. Hope they can't grow the Ink Moth too large. I don't hate the line. Let's make some mana. Get rid of the Saga. I think the Saga has to go, because it's just going to create something too large for me to deal with. And we'll go get Worm Coil. See what the game tells us from here on out. I mean, Worm Coil is definitely a threat. 2 of the things don't fly. This one flies only when you give it flying, which will require a Springleaf Drum activation. But then I just attack back. We have the Blast Zone to get rid of the flyer. They would regen it, though. We could draw another card. Oh, there's a Hardened Scales. Okay. This is interesting because sacrificing can destroy an artifact to destroy itself. Flying Ink Moth. I mean, I have a lot of mana here, right? You know, a lot of things going for us. This hanger back's going to get really big now because of the Hardened Scales. All right, I like this turn. 6. Let's just put all the mana into it. Let's invoke Despair. Cancel. Modular. Pop this first. Let me pop this first. Hardened Scale is going to pop here, then this is going to go on it, and then I'll invoke Despair. Then we can see what we need to do. They regen this. Okay. So that doesn't die, and the Hardened Scales is going to increase here. Yeah, they have 0 cards in hand. And I'm using this, the Hardened Scale is getting rid of that. They didn't put the thing on in response to the Hardened Scales, so I got away with a little bit of something here. I can hit like a Fatal Push, March, Swift End. I'm gonna draw 2 now, which is important. And the Hangerback's tapped, so I'm probably free to attack with the Wormcoil Engine. I think that was incorrect timing from my opponent. Okay. We go combat here. I kind of like holding the Fatal Push for just a little bit, gain the 6, and let my opponent interact here. The Fatal Push is some good insurance. I think we snuck our way out of this one. Block with the token's fine. No cards in my opponent's hand, so sure, that's fine. We gain 1 instead of anything. I like the insurance of the Fatal Push here. And then we'll just invoke Despair again. Okay, Yavimaya Coast. No fear here. I don't even burn this Fatal Push if they boot up the Ink Moth. We're in a great spot here. I see them plussing the Walking Ballista maybe. That's fine. I mean, I'm going to more than likely gain. They're going to try to infect me out. And that's good. I like that. I respect that. But with another Invoke Despair here, it's going to be tough for my opponent. And that, oof. Whatever are you going to do, opponent? Another Invoke Despair, draw another 2 cards. I can try to use the March. Oh my gosh, opponent. I'm going to Fatal Push, let this modular trigger target the Walking Ballista, march the Walking Ballista. Maybe. And they're going to want to use this. And when they ping me, that's fine. I'm going to gain the 6 here anyway. Because I'll attack. And it's 2 turn clock by attacking here, and I have backup insurance of a Fatal Push. Okay, they put a little extra on this before I send it away. That's good. Tight play there by my opponent. Cool. I don't gain it, but I'm going to attack now with the Worm Coil Engine. I imagine our opponent's going to block. Opponent's got a top deck here, and we're looking fine. We are a bit down on time here, and I am down a game, so we're going to have to move game 3 along. I think we've got enough time, though. Got about half of our clock. All right, we're at 6. What do you got, opponent? By the way, this was off of our 7-land keep. 7 lands is keepable. All right, I'm sending it back. Sending it back. Sending. Scales players are pretty dedicated, so they've got the tight lines. That's fair. You need the tight lines. It's all down to just all in, hope they don't have it. You know, make sure it's exactly the amount you need. This hand, so it was going to be great, and then I saw Cabal Coffers here, and I wondered if I wanted to play longer than 3 turns. Oh, there's a Karn here, though. This hand could get great. Let's keep. Oh, we're going to draw all those lands that we had in turn game 2. Inquisition's going to buy us something. I know it. I can feel it. It's going to take the Automaton. Springleaf Drum. Ink Moth. Top deck land. Come on. I'm going to play that one so I don't have to fetch just yet. Give ourselves the highest chance to draw another land. All right. So we have Automaton, and Animation Module. Probably just take an Automaton here. Less things that are going to kill me. This hand's a lot more aggressive. We have Karn. I'm hoping Karn will shut down Animation Module. That's the hope, the dream. This doesn't really kill that, does it? They follow that with an Animation Module. Smart. All right, it's a 2/2, right? Draw for the turn. Fatal Push almost gets us there to the Automaton. We'll use Maze Mind Tome as a scry here. We're almost there. Yeah, it gets the token. Well, we'll get to the Animation Module. Just everyone calm down. We got this. Don't worry. It's just tokens. Not a big deal. Got damnations in our list. We got this. We got this. Please. Why are you all like, it's gonna mess you up, Fluffy? It's gonna mess you up. Why are you like this? Oh, you people. Our big threat right now is the Patchwork Automaton. Yep, good. Opponent not playing anything in attacks. I think this is incorrect here. Now if they play the Walking Ballista, they don't get the token. Well, they can still because of the Springleaf Drum. Okay. Hangerback was a good draw. We're going to need some lands. We're going to be doing that scry. Is this whenever or expel cast, right? Cast, yeah. Cast is important. All right. Put on top. Needed it. Nice. Okay. I don't know if I want them to untap here. I want their turn to be very clear. The Ward 2, right? Ward 2. I want their turn to be very clear what it is they need to be doing. All right. Got rid of that. It's just a couple 1/1s here and a Walking Ballista. I'm going to do the scry tricks again. Feed the Swarm is definitely going after this Walking Ballista, probably. Oh, makes green mana. Ooh, Hardened Scales. Okay, so they valued Hardened Scales and putting a Walking Ballista into play. Attack with Hangerback Walker. We're not doing anything. All right, scry. Urborg, put it on top. All right, Urborg in play. I could feed the swarm the hardened scales. Or I could Karn and create a blocker in Maze Mine Tome. This is a 3/3. I kind of want to just play Karn and Uptick. Uptick on Maze Mine Tome as a defender. Because we got the lands we needed. Okay. This is the plan. Get Karn down. Opponents can activate Ink Moth Nexus too. They can activate an animation module here. Maybe I miscalculated this. Maybe he made big mistake. We'll see. We'll see if Fluffy made big mistake. All right, Maze Mine Tome for blocking. We have Invoke Despair, feed the swarms to do shenanigans. Hopefully you can down tick, maybe get a bridge and hide. We like hiding. Because we're blocking the 3/3 probably, and at most they're activating one of these. So it's 3 coming through here. Or maybe they try to play like a Walking Blister on 1. I can still scry here, by the way. We need to make sure we do that at some point. All right, they boot up an Inky. Booting up an Inky. You still have to pay the tax effect. All right, we're blocking. We have to block them, we can activate. Otherwise, I would do elsewhere. Ugin. This goes to 3. My uptick. Play this. 1, 2. And make. But I won't get that. Do I want this Ugin? Hey, we have a popcorn emote too. Do I want this Ugin, man? This is draw 1. More if I kill the hardened scales first. I'm kind of thinking Ugin is not the play here. As much as I want Ugin, I think I'm going to bottom. Free cast cost 1. Heck yeah. All right, take our draw. What do we got? What am I working with? A Fatal Push is like freaking perfect. All right. Cabal Coffers. We currently generate 5, 6, 7 mana. Wonder if this is the Walking Ballista turn. Like if I were to make a Walking Ballista, I can make it a 3/3 and then hold up the Fatal Push for here. But if I go down, then I'm not getting anything else. They draw lands. No, they can only activate 1 Ink Moth right now. Got 8 minutes. So let's think here. 7, 6 with a floating 1 for Fatal Push. Walking Ballista is there. Ping, ping. Ping, ping, and ping the Ink Moth. Could even block. Then I don't have to Fatal Push, and then I can feed plus Fatal Push and then move Karn up. Versus an Invoke Despair and do some nastiness. Let's go Walking Ballista territory here. I think Walking Ballista might actually be... Shoot, I could get an Engineered Explosives. Hold on. Engineered Explosives, kill all of this. They make 3 tokens. A shoot and shoot. And invoke this. No, I just invoke. I played the coffers already. That may not be the right play, but I could also put the engineered explosives on 1. If I put the engineered explosives on 1, I kill all of this. Now let's stick with the walking ballista plan. Make a 3/3 walking ballista and see what happens. I'm trying to keep Karn around if I can here. I think I can. It depends on how they send things here too, right? If they send things and they don't fully commit on Karn here, we have a chance. This is good. They already went to attack steps here. So block here. Fatal push the big thing and ping this off. A lot of little creatures to follow up here, but now I can make walking ballista shoot these little ones down possibly too. This is an option. All right, that felt good. Maybe they play their own walking ballista here, but it doesn't activate because Karn lived. Yeah. Missing land drops is obviously not the greatest. This also moves Karn to a 2, which is intriguing here. So here comes their walking ballista, I have to imagine. Oh, it's another hanger back. Ugh, that's a little less ideal, but we can manage. It's a 2/2 as well. Okay, I think we can manage though. Draw. Okay. We're not going to make anything a creature. Gotta invoke despair, right? Remove a creature. Remove something here. 5. Do I shoot with this? Let's play our land here. Make the most out of this. Let's go ahead and feed the hardened scales. The idea here is I'm going to draw a little bit more with my invoke despair. I theoretically can, once they remove these, I can block something and shoot 2 things. And so I'm hoping for like a removal or something. I mean, we're doing a lot of damage here to our opponent. If they remove just 1 Thopter token, I feel like I'm in real safe spot here. And a future Karn. Cool. All right. So my opponent's going to like overcommit here, and I don't even have to probably sacrifice the walking ballista. I could just chump block something. And then I have a Blast Zone on 1 and then a follow-up Karn, which is probably some of the best thing I could have had here. We'll see though. They're gonna make some serious tokens here, I think. They have to send everything. If they don't, there's this like weird I could block one and double shoot and leave Karn at 1. Wow, they give me this option. Oh, right. These are all flying. What am I talking about? I'm sitting here like I can actually block these things. Ha! It's hilarious. All right. Opponent gets an open turn here to do some stuff. But they've attacked with everything, so. How dangerous could this truly be? It's just a walking ballista. Okay. Because this is like very much potentially EE territory on 0. I would lose my walking ballista. That's the only maybe downside to doing that. But then I could also put a Blast Zone down on 1 and really just clean everything up. All right, let's see what we draw. We got 6 minutes. All right. Activate, play Karn. This feels like it's EE territory. And sadly, I lose my walking ballista, but I can get rid of the spring leaf and the animation module. Blast Zone. Destroy everything on 1. And then EE, destroy everything on 0. And I guess I'll throw 2 walking ballista triggers up top. I'm just gonna pop it now. I don't think it really matters. All right, board's fairly clear. We have a Karn here. We have ink moths that are technically swamps, so I could get a Sundering Titan to nuke one, and if they play like, say, a forest, it might be actually worth our while. We have 5 minutes on our clock, 8 minutes on my opponent's. This has been a really kind of grindy matchup here. I've enjoyed it though. It's big think with the Karn and what is active, what's not active. I will say this: we are in turn 8, and my opponent's is lacking in their land department, so it's definitely been hurting them. Turn 78. I think it's more appropriate to say turn 78. Let's see what we get here. Because we can go get a bridge too, and that's usually fairly safe here. All right, Walking Ballista. It's a 1-1. It's not a threat. Let's see what they're working with. Let's see what else they've got. Nature's Claim, Hardened Scales, Animation Module. I'll take the Nature's Claim here. Play our land down. We're going to go get something. It feels like it's supposed to be just bridge. I think to end the game in a more glorious fashion, though, here, we're going to get... Where is the Sundering Titan? Because I do need to kind of win this game, and nothing in their hand threatened me. I get to eat a land here, and then attack them. Go smush. Now, if they hit a land, and they activate Inkmoth, and they swing over, you know, they got us, but... Turn 9. I did destroy a land. I mean, we gotta be honest here. Magic as intended. Animation module coming down here. You got it. Pow! Swinging. Playing with my food a little bit. 2-turn clock. Karn at 2. Walking Ballista should be not a threat here. Opponent's at 7. They need a land drop. What's up, Zigo? How's it going? They do find the land drop. Okay. Now what do? Play another Walking Ballista? Just went 4-0 at the Legacy F&M. Nice. There's a Hardened Scales. So they're going to be defending with Walking Ballista this turn. They have Walking Ballista in hand. They can't let me down tick with Karn, can they? Okay, they can. They're going to. They're doing it. We could do a lot here, but to save time. All right, Sundering Titan attack. Opponent's at 7. Got him. Hardened Scales taken down. Kept the 7 land. Won game 2. Won the match. This list is awesome. This list is awesome. Oh, 8 casts in Legacy. Whoa. Making the big spells. I assume that's with the cloud posts and stuff. Yeah, Uncle DB, the list does grind. It just grinds. We do have, I mean, like, Karn is really good, obviously, against the Hardened Scales matchup. All right, let's play first against Doom Switch. We have an Urborg and a Coffers. We have Yorion Sky Noodle we're keeping. I've played this matchup a bunch of times. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Relic here. This gets rid of the Renin 6 problems, hopefully. And Maze Mind Tome with some draws here is going to be good. Uh-oh, hammer time. That's not what I expected. What the heck? What the heck? That's not Sky Noodle. That's not Sky Noodle. I'm going to let him draw. Let them draw. Doesn't matter. I was waiting for 4-color elementals, and what do I get? Hammer time. What the heck? Ugh. Let's do some scrying. Bottom. We need a land. We need a land. Ingenious Smith finds Sky Noodle. Dark Steel Citadel. Opponent gives me the one big hug. We're gonna scry again here. Bottom needing land. That sort of works. I'll pass with the 2 options to kill. Really wanted to land. See what else they play here. Teferi. Ugh. All right. I'm gonna kill both of their creatures here. I am getting rid of my Invoke. But I think killing both creatures here and then using like Relic really quick on preferably the Sentinel. They might bounce the Relic, that's fine. We're going to use our Maze Mind Tome. They have a Citadel out, which makes me really want to get this Karn down as soon as possible. Bounces Relic, that's fine. I almost just want, we could probably just draw at this point, but I also could get the other Maze Mind Tome down. So let's go ahead and use this. That would have been nice. Let's play Relic and use Relic here. I really need to draw this land. Wow. All right. Well, like my Hardened Scales opponent last game, we can't find the land to save us. It's okay. Urza. Scry. Bottom. Needing a land. Well, game's really hard to find lands. It's hard to find the lands. Getting all the scries in. Everything's gone to the bottom so far. I'm more than 7 cards deep. More than 7 cards because we've been scrying as well. Bottom. F6. We're trying. Perfect example. We would have suspended Profane Tutor and Teferi would have been played and hard countered it. Maze Mind Tome, while we normally would get more than 1 land here, we would have the ability to start drawing and everything like that. A Portable Hole, and there's a Thought Monitor. These are awful cards for us to see here. Take the Portable Hole and hope we can, like, squeeze our way out of this. Yep, they're not on hammer time, that's for sure. This is unreal. Took us a while to find that. I'm not really sure what we can do other than maybe like Karn downtick bridge and hope that 13 Teferis don't kill us here. But yeah, Maze Mind Tome draws potentially 4 cards. Profane Tutor draws 1. I know we bottomed 2 Damnations. Last league was a 4-1. I don't think this matters too much anymore. Thoughtseize, please. Please just show me the 4th land. I need that reassurance. They exist in the list. They exist. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Concede. Man, that took a lot of lands there. A lot of lands. All right, my little switcheroo here. Inquisitions and Necromencies in for fatal pushes and send it back. See what we can do. Maybe we can draw more than 2 lands. Yep, like in that situation, if we would have gotten the Profane Tutor off, we could have gotten a land, but Teferi was there, and Terra Fairy would have been like, no. 7 land hand incoming, snap keep. Snap keep, that's what we do. Get those 7 lands. Done, keep. Look at this hand, it's perfect. It's absolutely a masterpiece. All right, let's start with an Inquisition here. Let's tear my opponent's hand apart. Wow, there's scrap. Look at all this crap in my opponent's hand. Like, I don't think I care about the Esper Sentinel. We'll probably pay for it here. Why take out the pushes? Because the Damnations and the Marches will be enough. You watch. You watch. It's gonna be perfect for us. Ah, what's the Teferi doing here? We'll get rid of the Teferi. The other 2 cards don't scare me too much here. Necromancy is going to name Urza Saga, Urza Artificier, or something else. Like Teferi. There's a reality chip. Do I care about that? What do I care about the most here? I don't care about Saga so much. Probably the Artificier. Let my opponent draw a card here. Thought Monitor or Urza? I think it's going to be Urza. Not the Saga either, because the Saga can be dealt with, because I have Field of Ruins and other things. All right, and they ended up drawing a Saga. We had the Field of Ruin for that one. All right, my opponent's got Damping Spheres in here. We got Ephemerates. I see a Pithy Needle, Nettle Cyst. We have 3 more Teferis, 3 more Sagas, plus the Saga in my opponent's hand. One blue. Spell Pierces, Ledger Shredders. Okay. It's not that scary. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Because Field of Ruin just hits this Saga. Opponent's got what? Reality Chip and Thraben maybe. So there's the Saga. Smith is what they drew. Finds another Esper Sentinel. It's making things a little bit frustrating. Gonna be looking for that Damnation. Go ahead and nail this. I'm gonna pay for one of these. go grab that reality chip. All right, so there's a Ledger Shredder here and a Thraben Inspector. So Ledger Shredder plus Thraben Inspector will be their turn. Darksteel Citadel is a good one for the Smiths as well. Six, seven, eight. Well, I guess it's Damnation. All right. So I probably goofed up with the whole Fatal Pushes out or something like that. There's the Damnation. It's one down. It's always one down. Maybe I have block. If I block a 3/3, then I take 3. It does 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have a second spell we lose. Could I have played it as a blocker and lived there? No, because no, because they just play the second spell, right? Didn't they have? They're gonna have one spell. I mean, I guess if they brick lands, then they probably get us because we have to block and then the Damnation. Yeah, maybe that was a preemptive concede. Maybe so. Maybe so. They had 2 draws at it. 2 draws at it, and if any of them were artifacts, they win. It might have been preemptive. We're just moving it along. Moving it along. Makes this 1-1. We'll play for the 4-1 like we've been doing all night long. Russ? Pioneer for Last God. Playing that F&M stuff. 4-0. Congratulations, Last God. Ugh, I need a stretch. We're stretching. We're stretching. Cheering bits. All right, join match. And let me get on this mat there. Goodbye, everyone. Ugh. All right, 2-2. My opponent's 1-1. We have another 1-lander here. I'm going to mulligan this one. Perfect. Keep. It's perfect. It's perfect. 6 lands plus invoke. Throw them back. With Old Reliable. Got ourselves a little relic here. Got ourselves a relic to start things off. Gotta need this and hit the F6 button. Arid Mesa. What do we think? Burn? Maybe it's burn. With a bolt. Whoa. Hallowed Fountain. Okay. Hallowed Fountain. Urza's Saga. What's with all the sagas now? Stoneforge. Okay, this is a problem. Look, it's hammer. Hey, look, I found the hammer deck. I found the hammer deck. We were talking about the hammer. Now I found the hammer. The hammer hath been found. We could very much die very fast here. All right, let's take a draw. Another Karn. I'm gonna play a field down, and we're gonna just get rid of the Urza's Saga. They are gonna make something here, obviously. All right, they save the Saga and Stone Rain me. Well, that was slightly unexpected. Opponent floats mana here. We're tapped out. Gets a hammer. Plays the hammer. Plays the Pure Steel Paladin. GG's. All right. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, that was entertaining. That was entertaining. Blacksmith, huh? All right, so we bring in the Feed the Swarms. We got the Inquisition swapping out a little bit for the Thoughtseize, basically getting rid of the relics. I'm not too concerned about that. Dress to Kill is expensive. Dang. How expensive is expensive? Price. Come on, Chandra. Price. Chandra. Dressed to kill. It's not going to give me the price? All right. All right, bot. All right, bot. There he goes. Oh, 25 bucks. Foil DBL. All right, let's play first. We have a Fatal Push this time. I've got an Ugin. All right, let's try. It's going to be a bad idea. The grayscale one is one of the more expensive ones. That's interesting. All right, double Fatal Push. Good draw. Good draw. Gonna work our way up to Ugin. Hallowed Fountain to start things off for our opponent. Marsh Flats. No Saga so far. Unsettled Mariner. I'll go ahead and get rid of this. This does make it hard to Fatal Push things. Let's play a Field Down. Got ourselves a Fatal Push to save us. We got the Field of Ruin in case they play a Saga, which is exactly what they play. All right, well, this is interesting. We're going to hit the Saga. I wonder if I can Fatal Push the Extraction Specialist here. And hope they don't have the save spell. All right, so an Unsettled Mariner. Paradise Mantle. Equips Paradise Mantle. Let's go ahead and kill the Unsettled Mariner again, paying the 1. All right, 4 cards to beat. It's getting kind of weird. They keep playing things that are hard to kill. There's a Stoneforge Mystic. Hammer? Cauldra? Please don't be Cauldra. Cauldra. One, two, three. I'm going to go ahead and try to find a Fatal Push here. We do not. We do not. So, this is slightly problematic. Cauldra is definitely a big creature. 5/5. First strike. Haste. Trample. Let's make it a 5. I guess we can do this. Play a freebie Maze Mind Tome. We're kind of flooding a little bit. Cauldra is a card. Oh, there's an Invoke Despair under there. Okay. Gives me a blocker. Ugin probably is not going to live too long here. Having the Maze Mind Tome active is nice. Opponent marches, so I get the card to my hand. All right. I'll take that. Oh, no. Scar's Aid. Are we dead? Are we dead? Dang it. Oh. Dang. We would keep this. You'd fire it off the Stoneforge. Hope they don't put anything else in. You could also Ugin down, tick on the Stoneforge if they didn't come at us. And then that plus maybe Invoke Despair would clean up the Cauldron. Jeez, man. That's rough. All right, let's keep playing. Keep on playing. Next match. Puts us at 1-2. 1-2. You don't know if there was a need to kill the Extraction Specialist that game? If I don't kill the Extraction Specialist, then they get the Mariner, and then we have 2 things to worry about. I was just trying to keep the board clear. I mean, I guess the Fatal Push is a fairly good card, but then the problem is that is a hard card to kill with the Fatal Push. Because you have to have the Revolt in order to get it. Maybe it was aggressive. All right, we'll keep this hand. This hand does stuff. Opponent noticed us and says hello. Hello, dinosaur. The third. Leaned off with maybe Expedition map this time around. Bauble plus Misty Rainforest. Checks themselves. What could that be? Draws with Misty. We have a Steam Vents and they shock it in. Now I kind of want to do Relic. All right, we have a March. I'm going to do the map here over the Relic. Relic I like quite a bit, but in testing, it was better to have Inquisitions over Relic. Now, we don't have those right now, but I'm not so concerned about their graveyard. Shocks and the Steam Vents. We could see a Dashing Monkey. It's pretty typical. All right. 18-15. They go over Castle Lochthwain. That's actually a really, really bad one for us to lose in this matchup. I've had a lot of success with that card. Okay, we're going to leave ourselves March open here. Maybe we can march away this monkey. They use the Consider. Okay. The double feature Consider looks good. It's definitely something, that's for sure. All right, does not dash in Monkey. We'll go ahead and pop Expedition map. Go get our Cabal Coffers. We could get Blast Zone too, but I think Cabal Coffers is going to be needed here. Gonna wait on the Maze Mine Tome. This card's really good for us. Let's play a Relic. Let's play a Relic. This might get a counter. And it does. And it does. Gonna, like I said, wait on the Maze Mine Tome here. Gotta leave March open for Monkey. We know they have that in their hand. Plays Monkey. Attacks for 1. I might actually go after this with the March. I expect it to be countered. If not, then they get a 3/3. And then our Damnation doesn't look as good with just the Darcy here. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Maze Mine Tome. Again, this may or may not get the counter. Doesn't. We'll go ahead and naturally draw here and just pass the turn. I'll wait on the Fatal Push. A lot of this matchup is just kind of like wasting their resources here. I'd love to see another creature. I will go ahead and try to do this during combat, since we didn't see another monkey. They have to decide, do they defend this or do they worry about my next threat? Looks like they want to defend this, so that's fine. They get us for 3, and then I'm going to resolve what looks to be a pretty solid Karn here. Could even Thoughtseize them, probably. Let's do that. Counterspell and Murktide. Just take the counterspell. Play the Karn. Uptick. And draw. And I'm hoping that they want to commit that Murktide. Playing the Karn, just leaving it vulnerable here. I think it's an easy Murktide play here. 3 at Karn. What we can do now is get like Bridge, force out a Counterspell, and then look to Damnation. I don't believe I have a sideboard of that. I could be wrong though. Oh wow, that's a good draw too. So what do I make here? 5, 6, 7 mana. So we'll go get Bridge. We'll put Bridge down. They're just F6. We'll Damnation. We'll pass turn. All right. We'll be probably good next turn. It's not a lot going on for my opponent. Unholy Heats. That looks like that's their turn. Playing a new Murktide, perhaps. This is where Rider comes in. I almost feel like I should just Karn and get rid of their lands. Maybe we'll do that. Thoughtseize's not looking very good right now. Relic, draw. Murktide bigger. Draw here. New Coffers, that's kind of cool. Karn. Downtick. What can we get? I don't know. Sundrain Titan, sure. And while I'm at it, let's go ahead and Swift end this. Cool. All right, we did a bajillion things there. I'm going to try to kill most of their lands, and then we'll get them to probably concede, because we'll start attacking them with Maze Mind Tome and Bridge or something. Looks good, though. Got that one done. We're going to go ahead and take these relics out, bring in the Inquisitions, and send it on back. This matchup's not too bad, which is why I do like playing the Coffers list. Plenty of removal. We usually just have to work through their counterspells. You have to think of every Fatal Push, every March, every Murderous Rider as a Thoughtseize for counterspell. So interesting enough, you just start at some point. You interact with your opponent a couple times, and then at some point you just want to do Inquisition, take your counter, slap down a spell. And usually when we slap down a spell, we're slapping down like Karn, and we can do like 2 things. So you want the Inquisition and Thoughtseize. At least that has been my experience. Now, Murktide, well, okay, let's back up a little bit here. Relic is fine. And if there's a situation in which I'm like, oh, I want Relic, I can go get it. It's available to me. I go get it through Karn. We want things that get rid of the counter spells so that I can play my spells. And if we get that option, we'll be good. All right, we're gonna try to play map here first, obviously. We can get the Fatal Pushes later. Drawing the second Urborg's not very good here. I'm expecting like Dashing Monkey here. Okay, Ledger Shredder. Ledger Shredder's worth a Fatal Push. We'll do that while they're tapped out, as you can see here. Let's go ahead and castle Lockthwain here. Get rid of Ledger Shredder. Because what they're going to do is they're going to have about 4 or 5 mana most times open. Maximum 2 counters. And they usually want to progress their game state, so they'll have played something. Thoughtseize Inquisition, slam a spell. Thoughtseize Inquisition, slam a spell. And so what if it's Murktide? I can usually kill Murktide. Who cares? Who cares? All right, so now we have, in this next turn, we're going to go get a Coffers. We might just slam Invoke Despair here. If we do have a Thoughtseize or Inquisition that we top deck here, though, then we're going to use Karn plus that Thoughtseize. So here comes probably Murktide. Oh, Blood Moon. Nice. Nice. Okay, we can play through this. We'll just go get a basic then. I think this hurts them a lot more than it hurts me. Obviously, we're in just a little bit of a pickle here, but it's really not too bad. Go get a Swamp. They might have Spell Pierce here. I think we challenge it though. Do we? The map? Yeah, I think we do. What am I getting with the Karn if I do this? Maybe I should just get the map. Karn down tick and I get something. I think I actually do the map here. All right, they were F6'd. I'm gonna do the map just so I can work my way to the Invoke Despair. Again, we just have this 3/3. It's threatening me here, but ooh, an extra island for our opponent. Really good for them. All right, pop this. Go get another Swamp. Probably playing said Swamp. Let's go ahead and Karn. This should pull out a counter spell if they have it. Archmage Charm. The fact that they have 3 islands is really big now. When they had 2, we were in a great spot. The fact that they have 3 is a little bit rougher. We can rebuy Karn though. Dashing Monkey, nope. Expressive Iteration. Probably need... I don't know what would be a good draw here. Tax us for 3. We're going to 9. I mean, a basic Swamp's obviously nice, but what else would be good here? Fatal Push isn't too bad. Let's go ahead and cycle this. Makes it look like that's what I want to do, and in a way, that's what I want to do. I think I can take another 3 here. At the same time, we might just get bolted here. I'm gonna try to kill it. Spell Pierce. All right, I'm at 6. You got Bolt. What do you got for me, opponent? What do you got? In a funny way, I don't want to cast these Invoke Despairs because the Blood Moon, I think, helps me still. Murktide, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I can put down a bridge off the Karn. Then they attack for 3, and I'm at 3. Oh, that gets scary. That gets scary. Top deck March, I could probably obliterate the Murktide. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn. Down tick. Yes. Play bridge. Okay. I'm going to 3 because Darcy gets underneath the bridge here. I have land drop plus invoke. Opponent Unholy Heats Karn. That's kind of okay. Put the card on top. All right, so they win. Yep. Found Adawara. Okay. Let's see if we can get them in game 3. Send it back. Send it back. We'll play a little bit further around Blood Moon since we know they are now playing it. This is maybe the second Murktide player that's played it, and I've played probably about 5 or 6 people. So we probably just haven't run into the Blood Moon. Should be okay. I like to play first, yes. Keep. This hand looks nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and fetch our basics and work on the map. Playing map over Thoughtseize here because we do want to get all the basics we possibly can. I can deal with any creature that shows up initially. All right, let's take a peek at what you got, opponent. Murktide, Counterspell, Expressive. Expressive's kind of annoying. Counterspell's a little bit annoying. But we could play through that. I think I'd take this Expressive. Let's play another expedition map. We can play through the Counterspell. Not so scared about that. Okay, land drop. Hitting all the swamps. Opponent's not going to need that Blood Moon anytime soon. Let's see if they fetch. They do. Silly goose. Silly goose. All right. So we have a random counter spell and we have 2 removals. Misty is a brand new card. Draw for the turn. You know what? Let's go ahead and crack one of these. Let's get our... I got him looking at the Blast Zone because Blast Zone's pretty good about killing stuff too. I'm going to get the Urborg to start things off. I could see where I grabbed the Blast Zone. I have a lot of removal though. I was fetching those islands. Going out of style right here. There's no way they play the Murktide just yet. It wouldn't be very big anyway. I don't feel like playing fully around Blood Moon here. I'm going to go grab my Cabal Coffers. So when I do have those big turns, I'll have plenty of mana. I already have 3 swamps. There's a high chance that I'll draw 1 naturally or find my fetch lands in the event that a Blood Moon were to show up. Opponent shocks into Steam Vents and does nothing. Here we go. This is where those Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes matter. We don't have to do a whole lot for the rest of this game. Just kind of play a nice, slow, casual game of Magic here. The longer this game goes, the better for us. End up hitting with a Maze Mind Tome, and they do let it resolve. It's kind of good for us. Now we are getting to that point where they should be able to counter 2 things. They might find themselves trying to deploy a threat. Engineered on 2. Interesting. All right, EE on 2. I mean, I'm going to draw with the Maze Mind Tome. I guess they'll pop this, or I'm going to get another draw. And so if we draw action here, we have a good chance of doing something. There's another basic, by the way. And it really probably doesn't hurt us to go ahead and just draw right now. I sense they're going to do this at end step. We have plenty of removal. Here goes. All right, we lose the Maze Mind Tome, but we got 2 draws out of it. Obviously, they're scared that when I used it, then they were going to maybe see like a threat or whatever. Here's Monkey. Let's see if we can kill Monkey here. We got a couple fatal pushes. Question is, do they want to defend this at any point? I'm going to fatal push again here because this plays around Spell Pierce. Now we need a threat off the top. Threat. Threat. What are threats? Nobody knows them. No one. If we hit a threat, we'd slam it there. Hatawara can probably bounce the threat, but a little expressive there. Every card we play, obviously the opponent has to decide if it's worth it or not. Here comes a Ledger Shredder. This may be worth marching for a lot. Let's leave ourselves with about 2 here. Let's go ahead and march this. No. Yes. Cancel. I'm just going to fatal push it. March can get rid of Murktide. Let's hit a Spiral now. What are threats? Library, don't blank me. Don't blank me. No more. Did that just Stone Rain them? Fails to find an island there. Interesting. All right, give me another field. I helped them out in case they play Blood Moon, but we're looking fine with our mana. We just Stone Rained our opponent. That was cool. I'll do that again. Oh, Darcy. 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 All right, we can probably let that sit here for a second. Maze Mind Tome. This they may counter. They don't. We'll draw with our Maze Mind Tome. That gets interesting. All right. Here we go. So we're going to let this live for 1 turn here. And then we're going to see with the draw of the Maze Mind Tome, marching, maybe damnationing. Because remember, we know kind of some of the stuff that my opponent's doing here. I played a land drop, and it's an Urborg. I don't want to lose my other Urborg just yet. All right. Draw. Draw again. All right, there we go. So, opponent probably has 2 things to do here. We make a decent amount of mana. The question is, how do we force this through? And what do we want to force through? Part of me just wants to march, lead with that, and see what my opponent does. Maybe a march for just exactly 3. Let's start there. If the creature dies, then we don't do anything else. All right. We don't do anything else. We'll go for double spell next turn. Want to use his Fiery Islet, less mana, so no double like Archmage Charm or something like that. Monkey's good here. Monkey's good, but they have what looks to be about one spell. Don't Thoughtseize. Oh, they hit a Thoughtseize. It's the greatest card ever. Dang it. Oh. Inquisition would have been fine. Thoughtseize. Okay. We'll just have to draw hot off with the Maze Mind Tome here. Dang monkey. Okay, monkey returns. They still have a counter spell. Draw for the turn. That's not bad. Another draw. It's not bad. All right, let's see if we can get these double Inquisitions. Take some counter spells and maybe invoke them. Maybe we take that monkey. Who knows? All right. Wait, where did that counter spell go? Oh, it went away. All right, so I'm taking Fluster, and then we spin our Evoke Despair here, draw some goodies. I have a land drop. I could land drop and get the Karn, but I think I Inquisition away the Ragavan here. And I play a land, and I just pass the turn. Because I can't abandon Mire plus Karn. I'll get to do this at end step. Now, they have a bunch of Unholy Heat, so maybe Karn's not doing a whole lot other than, I don't know, blow up 3 lands. Expressive was off the top. Okay. Question is, do they find another counterspell or not? They're running out of time. No fear of monkeys then. Back then, everything was kind of cool and kind of not worrisome. Steam Vents. Okay. Opponents find the mana. Shocks it in. They go to 5. Plays a Darcy. We still have this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 cards they have. We could win, I think. We can get Karn back. I can get... Can I just win here? I think I just win. Oh, yeah, I just win. They can't handle this. They can't handle this. Karn. They don't have a counter spell. Downtick. Yes. Where's my Walking Ballista? Where are you at, Walking Ballista? What up, Walking Ballista? How about we make a big Walking Ballista? How about a 9/9 Walking Ballista? That sounds great. Bam. Probably should have made it 8/8 so I could Damnation, but we know the hand. Walking Ballista gets us there. And that puts us at 2-2 going into match number 5. So there you go. It's weird and counterintuitive, but you get about, I mean, the Thoughtseize stole something from us, but resolve a Maze Mind Tome with this list. Draw, draw, draw. You'll have way more mana than your opponent. You will eventually get to play 2, 3, 4 spells. You just keep them. As soon as they have a creature, yeah, you'll remove it, whatever. If they counter to save the creature, you're free to play your bigger spell, and your bigger spell is probably doing more than a Murktide or a Darcy or even a Ragavan. A little counterintuitive, but take the relics out. Play the Inquisitions, go after the hand, and win the game. Last God, do exclamation point. Last. Also, Last God, we have lots of new emotes. And since we're kind of getting close to the end of the stream, all the emotes are available now. They're available. Coffers 5-0 incoming. Gotten a lot of 4-1s, including the ability of getting a 4-1 so that we can play in the anniversary of sealed thing on June 25th or whatever. That's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy that. It's going to be fun. Going to relax. Going to eat a donut. Going to eat a donut. Last COD over here as a 34-month subscriber. And what does he do? He uses the follower hype emote. He doesn't care. He doesn't use my other ones. That's fair. You don't like the boat? You don't like the boat? People love the boat. No one's used the boat. We don't talk about the boat. All right, 1-1 in our opponent, 2-2 is us. We get to play. We got a hand. We're gonna keep. Gonna steal. Oh, they're a big fan. Oh no. RPS Bonjour. I'm so sorry. But we're taking this 3-2. Dotsie's our opponent. Let's see what's up. Oh, shoot. There's a Ragavan there. It's a lightning bolt. I don't care about the Ragavan. They have a march. That's kind of nasty. I'm going to take the lightning bolt. You're going to have the Ragavan. Have it. I'm taking the lightning bolt because the Thoughtseize bug predicts that then they'll draw another lightning bolt. I can't handle 2 monkeys, but I can handle one nasty lightning bolt. There's Karn, Great Creator. It may come up in the rotation. Fair enough. Fair enough. They're not for everyone. All right. I wonder when they deploy this Ragavan, by the way. I might have given them an opportunity to never, ever deploy it. Where is that card? That was not in here. Get it out of here. All right. Fatal Push first. The March would have to pitch something. And also the March is going to be used a little bit later to gain us quite a bit of life points. Always a good thing. Ragavan does not return to the hand because it's dead. Get wrecked, Ragavan. Fantastic draw in case of bonus Ragavan. Making it happen. A lot of swamps. Double black Voidwalker. This would kind of be worth a march here. I think I'm still going to Fatal Push this and then draw with the Relic. Although they have their own march. This gets weird with Karn. I'm going to take a natural draw. They might have graveyard shenanigans. I'm kind of worried about that. Look at that natural draw. Drawing the cards we need right off the top, just like that. All right, get rid of the graveyard. We're going to Karn down tick, go give it Worm Coil? Probability of Karn getting bolted is relatively high, so kind of go get a utility thing. They could also just march and pitch a couple things. If they are doing the march and pitching a couple things, at least let me go grab the card that I need. That way I don't know if you're going to get rid of the Karn or not. Only sends Karn to 1. I'm definitely going to go get this Worm Coil engine. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get the Sands of Delirium, our opponent. We have a Crucible, which I think that's what they're just going to do. Throw in some little creatures here. Pitching this. Makes perfect sense to me. I think in some ways you could have untapped and used the March and kept your Cruxa. I would probably have done that, marched here for 3 instead of getting the creatures. But you didn't know I was going to go grab a Worm Coil. All right, I will draw here. Missed the land drop. Dang it. Missed the land drop. Pretty sure the Bloodstained Mire is the last card they have. Let's just throw it away. I don't know. Him. Him is pretty good here. Let's go ahead and march it. Just so we can gain a little bit of life here. I kind of want to see the Fatal Push go. The other two cards would be great. I'll take the... I mean, the Fatal Push removes a creature, but the other cards were much stronger cards. All right, we got one of them back. Gonna hold on to the Fatal Push, try not to lose it here. Lands are for losers. Oh, they're gonna take this, so we'll kill a creature. I have angered the MTGO gods. Well, that's what they get. Blank Inquisition and the Fatal Push hits them. Fingers crossed for the top deck land, and then we get to invoke Despair. One card to beat. Land. Oh, it's a decent land. All right. Draw two. Draw two. It's good too. It's really good too. All right. What are we doing with this two? Map. Look at the camel with the camel with the glasses. That's so cool looking. Cabal Coffers. Play Cabal Coffers. Jam a Karn Great Creator. Down tick with Great Creator. And I'm going to get a Sundering Titan. I can't cast it, but that's what I'm going to go get. Don't have Thoughtseize. By the way, we're getting the Sundering Titan because I already got the Wormcoil Engine. I don't necessarily want the Walking Bliss. I want to blow some lands up. Theoretically, I could do Swamp Mountain and start to really take them off double red for Seasoned Pyromancer. Oh, what do we got for 4 mana here? March for 3? March for 3, there you go. All right, Karn dead, Sundering Titan in hand. Opponent's going to top deck here. We have an answer for creatures. We have an answer for everything. Oh, Ragavan, okay. Dodge the Thoughtseize. Oh, Murderous Rider, okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's a creature. Be funny to Sundering Titan and then Damnation the Sundering Titan so I can kill more lands. All right, so they have a Ragavan in their hand. We have a big Sundering Titan coming down. We have a lot of things that could happen. I'm going to do the Sundering Titan, though. We're going to get rid of 2 red lands. Love to play the Karn next. Karn Relic, get rid of Wormcoil Engine in our graveyard. Go get it the next turn. It's a possibility. Ooh, a little Den of the Bugbear. Decides to dash Monkey in here. I respect it. You got to respect it, right? Getting that damage in. All right, what are we top decking? Well, we're top decking stuff that just ends my opponent, but Karn, down tick. Say yes. We're gonna go get our no, forget it. Forget it. We're doing this. We're doing this. I'm winning this way. I'm winning this way. We didn't do it all league. There were probably many better things to get. No, don't get seed. Let me mill you. Ugh. Let me mill you. All right. Red-black. Really not a big change here. Probably just the Inquisitions instead of Thoughtseize because I didn't see anything too large in this person's list. Let's go. Embrace the mill. Exactly. Look at that crab. Look at that blue-purple crab. What is that? Pot friend? That's a Twitch global emote? I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that. Kind of makes me nervous. All right, 6 lands. We've done it before. We're going to go ahead and keep. Got a couple Field of Ruins. That'll be fun. We got ourselves a Cabal Coffers and an Urborg, so we just need to top deck the best cards ever. Opponent steals away our March or Fatal Push. Oh my gosh, look at the little, like, pot friend. Ugh. Where did that guy come from? Makes me worried. All right, March has been taken. And just fetch basic here. Oh no, crying. Oh no. Don't be sad, Grace. There's Croxa. Man, what do I get rid of here? I guess I'll get rid of technically a Field of Ruins. I'm like sitting here wanting to do something like busted crazy with both Field of Ruins. Let's just calm ourselves down, Fluffy. All right, working our way up to the coffers. We got a Karn now. We got a Fatal Push to keep us in check here with some of the nasty things my opponent can play. We have a Turok. We'll get rid of said Turok here, doing it in the main phase. Stop it with the pot friend. The heck, everyone. Please stop it. Jeez. It's scary. It's got an arm. It has no head. The heck. All right, we got what, Dashing Monkey? Yeah, dash it in there, monkey, monkey, monkey. Swift End. Telling you, this card is busted. Best card in our list. Swift End, right there. All right, Karn. What do we got? Play Karn, down tick. We're gonna go get Sundering Titan. It's not the best option here, but it is an option. We're gonna do that. We're gonna see what we can do next turn. Alexander is noble. Opponent concedes. We get the 3-2. Too much to handle here. Black Coffers. What does that make it? 7-3 on the night? Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Really enjoying this discard pivot strategy with the sideboard having Inquisitions you bring in for the Relics. Relics main board have been kind of a nice draw utility. And then a lot of creature. A lot of creature removal. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you one thing. Wizards is printing very powerful creatures. And it does this because, in my opinion, Wizards wants an interactive game that resembles Jund. And what I mean by that is a lot of interaction happens on the battlefield. Not necessarily all on the stack like a control mage would like, but a lot of things are happening on the battlefield to make the game interesting. You attack with creatures, you end the game with creatures. Sometimes you have some stuff happening on the stack, but the most of the action is happening there. Because of that, it's usually permanents or creatures of sorts, and I think this has a good shot at tagging a lot of the meta in terms of what it's going to be able to hit. That's my theory. Wizards wants things on the battlefield. This attacks things on the battlefield. Creatures sell packs to casuals. Casuals are where the money's at. I think there's definitely some interesting things. We played that Harden Scales list, and that was, you know, it's combo. And we had a lot of things going on. We had to remove and try to navigate keeping Karn alive. You can't say that wasn't an interesting game. But if it was just like Gristlebrand, you're dead, that's not. And so I think that's the kind of matchups they're looking for. Balancing that is obviously difficult. They're doing a decent job. There's some pretty broken creatures out there, but most of them are small enough that they can be interacted with. So Black Coffers, it's doing its thing. I think the list is pretty solid. I think it can go very far in large events as well. And it's rounded in a way that it can go over the top while being interactive and not fall too far behind. It has that ability to catch up. A lot of lists don't always have that. Ragavan is one way red's catching up. Archmage Charm and Memory Deluge is where the blue control players are trying to catch up. And so this is kind of like a nice happy medium that we can play. We can go get it with Karn to repeat it. It gains its life, which we might need, and does a lot of filtering off the top, which typically blue has. Black does not. Black Coffers, Russ's list here, getting it done.